Sundown towns, let's talk about it. Atlanta, Georgia is 56 on the list. Our ancestors were here since the 16th century. We can call Old Atlanta a city enslaved or a tale of two cities. Today, where Five Point Station sits, our ancestors were sold on an auction block, passed down from generation to generation, while white people in Atlanta built generational wealth to pass down from generation to generation. The slave trade is a foundational part of Atlanta's history and economy. After the Civil War, during the Reconstruction era, from around 1865 to 1870, yes, just 5 years, we proved just how great we actually are in Atlanta, despite our very recent history. In 1865, the Freedmen's Bureau was already active in Atlanta to help our newly freed ancestors find success. We began building wealth. Atlanta was becoming the spot for our ancestors to seek when looking for a new beginning. In just 5 years, our future looked bright, and we were even able to establish a foundation for our very own elite class. Socially, economically, and politically, we were hopeful. But by 1870, Atlanta was sick with Jim Crow, and it fits the criteria of a Jim Crow sundown town. This was helped with legal segregation in housing, schools, threats of violence, voter suppression, violence, and worse, the trifecta of a sundown town: legal segregation, terror, and violence. Atlanta's history is so rich, I'm gonna have to do another part. Stay tuned for part 2. Sundown towns, let's talk about it. Atlanta, Georgia, part 2. We left off in 1870. It was sick with Jim Crow. By 1870, white Southern Democrats regained control of Georgia legislators, effectively ending Reconstruction in the state. Over the next 4 decades, our ancestors were stripped of our right to vote. By 1877, Georgia required the poll tax. We were just free, and we just simply didn't have the money, and they knew it. And by 1900, only 1 out of 10 of our ancestors who were still eligible to vote remained on the voter rolls. That same year, 1900, the Democrats created a white-only primary voting. We couldn't even participate in the primaries. They'd been suppressing our votes for almost 40 years by 1906. They attempted to hold us back from financial and political success. They didn't want to see us participating in voting so bad a whole race massacre happened. In 1906, get this. This happened because Hope Smith and Clark Howell, publisher and editor of the newspaper, used their influence to publish a lie. They said our ancestors were essaying white women. In the newspaper, it was said that we need to be quiet and kept in our place, and they were calling for mass lynchings of our ancestors. A mob responded just how Smith and Howell had hoped. For days, our ancestors were under attack. Our businesses were severely damaged and looted, and some of us were even unalived. Guys, I need to do another part. Stay tuned for part 3. Sundown towns, let's talk about it. Atlanta, Georgia, part 3. We left off in 1906 with voter suppression. Well, it didn't stop there. In 1908, literacy tests, property qualifications, and a grandfather clause was introduced. White people here were mostly exempt, of course, except a very interesting eligibility requirement. 1, you had to be a descendant of a veteran to vote. This was so wild because in Georgia, your veteran ancestors was a Confederate veteran. So sneaky. After this, please go check out my video on current politicians linked to slavery. This, the Tale of Two Cities, was not only for voting, it was literally a city racially divided in housing and education. Atlanta also had the highest income inequality in America. In 1929, it was planned that the controlled movement of our ancestors was necessary. Wildly, this was legally carried out and documented through redlining. We also had separate and unequal education. In face of our history in Atlanta, we always fought back, from the 16th century to the Civil Rights Movement. Can anyone share a first-hand account about Atlanta, past or present? We want to hear all about it, especially Black excellence despite it all. Share this video, tag them in the comments. Let's learn.